When looking for a care package for somebody who's going through a hard time, it is important that their feelings are being understood. Getting through extremely traumatic and emotional situations can be very isolating. Other people who haven't felt the same pain as you don't understand what you're going through. To help you understand why I'm passionate about what I do, I've decided to share my story. I married my husband on August 20th, 2016, after we'd been dating for 3 years. I remember how excited I felt about my wedding. It truly felt like my life was finally starting, and I was so happy. My marriage with my husband was what I had wanted for as long as I could remember. I was finally going to have a teammate and a partner. I felt like I was finally going to be with someone who would be there for me through thick and through thin. Fast forward 3 years, and we were headed on a weekend company retreat in Bear Lake, Idaho. On our final morning, I attended a training while my husband slept. When I returned to the room, he was on the phone. I asked him who he was talking to, and he said it was his brother. I walked up to give him a hug, and I could hear a woman's voice on the phone. Though I had felt uneasy before, this is the instant when I knew something was terribly wrong. After that phone call, I knew he hadn't been talking to his brother. I asked him again, and it was clear that he was not being truthful. And that's when I knew that he was cheating on me. This was the moment I started spiraling. I was overwhelmed. I was thinking about the vacation that we were going on the next day with my entire family. I began to pack my things, knowing that I just had to leave. I had to get out of there. The experience felt surreal, almost like an out-of-body experience. I felt like an empty shell. I had no energy and I was completely drained. On the drive home, we had a discussion about who was on the phone. He told me he was sorry and that it didn't mean anything, and due to little time, I decided to forgive him. We were going on vacation the next day, so I had to let it go. That next morning, we left on our vacation. I felt like I was walking on eggshells, trying to make him love me and trying to make him care. I felt like I had to do whatever I could to prove to him that I deserved a second chance at being a better wife. On the way back home from our vacation, I saw a text conversation between my husband and her. He told her that he loved her and that he was never going to stop talking to her. At that point, I knew I was in a marriage with somebody who didn't want to be married to me, and it wasn't going to work. In the months to follow, I remember feeling an immense amount of pain that is simply indescribable. The next few days, he moved out all of his things. The situation was incredibly painful. This pain followed for months, and eventually I fell into a depression. Every night I wanted to fall asleep and not wake up. I felt betrayed by someone who I thought was going to love me forever. This situation had a huge impact on my self-esteem and my self-confidence. Eventually, I did learn that I did not deserve for him to do that to me. 5 months after I got divorced, I had the idea to start this business. People get divorced every day, and I understand this pain, and I don't want them to feel alone the same way that I felt alone. Neighbors, close friends, and family didn't know how to help me, but they wanted to do something. They brought me things like blankets, pajamas, treats, jewelry, and books. They would give me these things telling me that I was strong and capable, and that I would make it through this traumatic event. Divorce in general is the end of something that you didn't expect was ever going to end. No one gets married thinking that their marriage is just going to end one day. I started this business because I wanted to do something for women who feel like they have nothing. I want to form a community where women feel like they have someone who understands what they're experiencing. I want them to know that there's still hope and happiness out there for them. These care packages come from a place of love, support, and understanding, which is essential during a difficult period of time. I'm passionate about helping to ensure that women who are struggling aren't struggling alone. I felt that it was important to tell my story so that you could be confident about the authenticity that goes into every one of my packages.